And we're in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Some Other Heroes. We are a bunch of queer Dungeoneers here to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons set in a world of skyships and floating islands and strange magics and deep mysteries. With me are my fellow wonderful gay geeks. Say hello, gay geeks.
Hello.
Hello, gay geeks.
Hello, gay geeks.
You changed it threw me off.
I did, absolutely, yeah. As soon as I got into the intro, I was like, this is not where I'm going. Where am I going with this? Yeah, hi. If you are joining us for the first time, or if you are joining us on Moonbeam for the first time, hey, hello, welcome in. There is a recap before we dive in. Do not worry about not having watched all the previous episodes. It is all good. We're a lovely community, and you're very welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, hi, we see you. Thank you so much for coming past. We love you to pieces. Before we jump into today's episode, there is a couple of little tiny bits of admin and announcements, starting with Wayne.
Sure, this is just your weekly reminder that Some Other Heroes is a channel that actively works to create a safer space that's inclusive and affirming for LGBTQIA plus individuals and also all marginalized communities. And while we are really quite lovely and very welcoming, discrimination of any kind, including homophobia, transphobia, racism, ableism, and misogyny, just will not be tolerated. So please don't be a dick.
Interesting Tories.
Amazing. I wondered if you were coming in on that. Can tell we're all a little tired. To help facilitate that, we have two amazing mods, Bespectacled Man, better known as Nikki, and Hedgehawk UK, our wonderful hedge. Send them a whisper if you need them at all. They are there for you. Awesome. I have one more announcement before we jump into today's episode. And that is, from next week, we are joined by a very, very special guest. Our friend Tall Nerd Apollo is joining us again. Those of you who were around last year for our Pride streams will have seen Apollo run an absolutely glorious Scion game with other of our friends. But we thought, let's have him back to actually play with the main cast. So they'll be joining us from next week for a few weeks as a mystery character that these guys know nothing about. Cool. We're very excited. I'm very excited, definitely, working with Apollo on the character at the moment. So, before we... is there anything else that I have forgotten? Anything else that anybody needs to shout out? Wonderful. In which case, swiftly moving on, I will drop the titles. And we're in. Right. Which just leaves me to say... press the button. Previously on Some Other Heroes. Our friends have had a wonderful little break, a chance to rest, recoup, and explore a new region, the Adir Reach, more particularly the island of Keskimir. a wonderful turtle village that is incredibly welcoming and relaxing. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and at the end of a celebration of stories, their holiday was interrupted by a skyquake that dropped all the islands that they could see 2 to 3 feet closer to the ground. A terrifying reminder of the peril that their home is currently in. What was strange about this is the energy seemed to run towards the Adir Reach in the direction of the east. Having rushed to help both their known friends and their new friends, they managed to settle things down, help with any medical emergencies, check everybody was okay, and gained the blessing of the 3 elders of the 3 major clans who run the Adir Reach to attempt trials to enter what they think may be the last of the latest Sky Temple. So, we're going to jump straight into it today. And I think we're going to go to the next morning. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure you take a long rest. Recover all your spells and your magic. You may need it today. Sun comes up early. And I think Eugene and Aisling, you're certainly awake. But I don't know, for Skier and Rock, do you sleep well?
No.
I very much doubt it after all the events of yesterday.
Your quiet tent on the outskirts, you can hear that other people are up. This is an early rising village anyway. And immediately the turtles settle into, let's fix, let's rebuild, let's re-establish, let's get some normalcy going on. I think you pull back the flaps and you see a village already working on its own community, preparing itself to get back to normal as soon as it can.
Ski is like getting all her gear on ready, like she's ready to go, and will just walk out and is like looking towards either like finding these guys, finding Sudar if like we're flying to this place, but she's basically like, let's go, let's get ready.
How does the morning find the other 3 members of the party?
Well, I think Eugene's probably been up for a few hours because he would only have been asleep for like 4 hours. So I think he's probably just been like waiting for these guys to wake up, pacing a lot, and like ready to go when Skier's awake, like he's ready to go. And I think he probably would have been helping if the crew were like up early to like prepare the ship or whatever. I think he'd probably want to do something to pass the time because he's kind of antsy to leave.
I think you would have found quite quickly that immediately after the emergency, the crew broke up into night shift and day shift again. And the night shift went to get the ship ready, get everything reloaded, get everything stocked and ready to go. Odd Bob is running the crew, and he's happy for you to help out, and actively excited, not excited, but welcome, like to see you, pleased to see you there. I think having seen you in emergency situations before, I think he kind of looks to you as a grounding force. Like, you haven't got the answers, but he knows if you're there, you'll at least try and resolve things. The rest of the crew find things for you to do. It's mostly busy work, but I think that's mostly what they're doing as well, to be honest, to keep their minds off of what they just saw happen.
I think he's like constantly sort of keeping half an eye on where those pulses of energy were coming from.
That strange discoloration in the shield is still present, but there's no more pulses, no more changes. It's just, it shifts from the normal blue to a deeper sort of greenish hue. That is so subtle, anybody without your level of training and knowledge would not be able to notice it, but it is definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Aisling.
Yeah, I think Aisling is trying to, because she hasn't slept, so she's trying to distract herself because she's feeling a little bit paranoid with every single sensation that she feels. Like, if her like belly rumbles because she's hungry, she's like, oh, it's happening again. So she's trying to distract herself however she can while still, resting.
Awesome. I don't know if some of the villagers might see Aisling kind of looking a bit concerned and give her some small, very mundane tasks to do, like fold
If I can
this,
sort things into colours, that would be great.
those sorts of things. Just that sort of very, again, like just like busy work. Keep yourself busy, keep yourself moving. And it's not to deny what's happened or to like decompartmentalize anything. It is just like, it's too large to think about right now. Do something else.
And similar to Eugene, I think she's kind of keeping an eye out, waiting for Skier and Rock to wake up. Because that's when it's like go time. Because she knows that Eugene doesn't sleep like normal anymore.
He trances. Last but not least, Rock.
Yeah, I think Rock is probably awake very early, and I think would probably have been literally like hanging around in his tent, like ready to go until he hears like Skier leave. Until he's like, okay, it's acceptable now to go. Because he's like, he doesn't want to be out too early and then get impatient waiting. But he also doesn't want to be like the last one out. Like, so as soon as he hears like Skier heading out, he's like, oh, up to thinking, morning. And I think probably more subdued than people are used to. Just in a very kind of like, I think he's just in a very serious mind frame. He's like, okay, this was not expected, and I think it's made him realize the scale of things again, or it's reminded him of the scale of things. Because up until now, since the original of the AL falling and all this kind of stuff, there's been nothing that has been visibly such a scale of something that affects the whole world, and suddenly actually seeing that and feeling a whole landmass drop has just reminded him of the scale of what we're facing. And so I think he's suddenly a little more kind of, a little more concerned, but is just being super kind of like, okay, great, morning, ready now, let's go, everyone's here.
And even to kind of put that in perspective, like before you just thought that was Parshkikk's Isle that was affected when it happened, and then you didn't find out that the rest of the Scatterlands were affected till much later. So that knowledge is weighing more heavily upon you in many ways. As you both come out of the tents, I think you can see Aisling off to one side with a couple of couple of younger turtles who are teaching her how to weave some of the baskets that they use to carry things around, with their father just sort of sitting just off to one side, like working on some wood, like whittling some wood tools that they're going to need to help rebuild. You can't see Eugene at the moment, but you do see Sudar, who is stood with Akiza and the three elders, or three of the four elders that you met last night. And one of the whoosh, a older-looking woman, full-figured, grey braids all the way down to her, like the middle of her back of her thighs, like those brightly coloured sashes crossing over with those little tiny bits of metal machinery, and a whopping grey staff. And she is also deep in conversation with them.
Skier just beelines it over to them, like said, like still like getting ready, like assuming Rock comes out at the same time, gives him like a nod, but it's very much like you see Skier in like proper work mode, so she's just gonna walk straight over there, and kind of see what's happening.
Both the Vargren, their ears twitch first. They hear you before the others do, and start turning as you both approach.
What's the plan?
Like Sudar kind of looks a bit sheepish. I don't know if sheepish is right. It looks a bit pressured. And like kind of turns to the elders. Marud speaks first. It is my duty to take you to the first of the 2 trials you still need to finish.
Okay.
We will go swiftly.
Yeah.
My people will guide you. Then Zix speaks, and they're kind of, their strange eyes kind of like not quite fixing on either of you, kind of taking you both in constantly. Then we will meet you at our secret village, and the last trial shall be ready for you.
Okay.
We will move as swiftly as we can, and we wish we could pass these, but we cannot. It is the law that was laid down by others.
Okay. Ski is like desperately trying to respect the reasons for this, but it's also like, sure, it's not like the whole world will fall out of the sky, but okay, great. Then Sudha, we go now? Or wait, right?
I think Rock will just literally will just immediately kind of turn around, and if Aisling and Eugene are not with us, we'll just telepathically reach out and just kind of go, if you're finished or not occupied, I think we're going to go as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Kef speaks up. There is one minor thing. This is where Sudar's ears kind of flatten. Sudar has made a personal request, but we cannot grant it to him.
Why not?
It is your choice. This is my homeland. I want to protect it too. I want to fight at your side.
Okay.
If you will let me.
I mean, yeah. Can you fight? You can fight. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but like, yeah, sure. Come along.
Sudar may be in our employ, but he is his own person.
Yeah.
This is a choice that he must make. He knows his responsibilities, and he knows the risks.
Yeah, come on, be fun.
In which case, we'll go, as I will join you then. Akiza, you will take charge of the ship today. She nods. Yes, my friend. No argument. Any sort of doubts she has, she keeps to herself. Finally, that woman steps forward, and she makes some signs to Sudar, which are similar but not quite the same as the sign language that Rock knows. And he nods. The Sun Speaker would like to give you all the blessing of the wind.
Sick. Yeah, let's do that.
Aren't you already the goddess of the wind's favourite or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great. I'm I apologize. I am just eager to get going. That would be much appreciated.
She steps forward and puts her thumb on your head.
Oh. Yes. Okay, go.
There is a coolness that runs through you and like fills you, a calmness to the wind, but underneath it you can feel those currents, and it's almost for a second like you can hear the wind around you, and you swear for a second you hear a female voice go, "Ah, there you are."
Okay. Oh god, okay. I'm ready. I'm calm now.
One by one, she goes to each of you, presses her thumb, and you don't hear the voices, but you do hear the wind very clearly for a moment, and you all feel lighter, calmer. Whenever you roll a wisdom or charisma save, you can add a d4 to your roll, and your speed is increased to 35 feet, or 40 if you are already at 35. Sorry, it's increased by 5 to a maximum of 40, I should say.
Nice.
It's a D4, 1d4 to the
1d4.
saves, and
Yeah.
5 for speed.
How long is
Yes.
that active for?
It's active until the next sunrise.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
I Naruto run.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Of course you do.
Yeah. You've just given Skia zoomies.
Like she didn't have them already.
Yeah, she did. It's true.
Like a cat when it's windy and they
Yes!
zoomies for some
Exactly.
reason.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
I'll just give us cat.
Yep.
Skia's cat.
With that, they step back and she smiles to you all, and there's a playfulness to the eyes, and she just looks at Skia directly, puts a finger to her lips, and winks. Then, with your blessing, Marog, we should go. Marog steps back from you all a little bit and throws back her head and howls, and there is a number of answers very nearby, like 5 different voices. And then you see little skiffs come side in. Ropes are thrown up to the Dragon's Hope and tied off by the crew. Let's go.
I scramble.
Of course.
As you all
Skeet
get
scrambling.
Yeah.
right.
Sorry, I'm just thinking, again, when cats like on edge, just run up a wall.
Yeah.
Like it's
Just
that
run up
kind
the
of.
curtains.
Yeah.
We need
yeah.
to find a way to give you climbing speed.
Yeah, that's how Skia gets up the walls. Skia needs to be a tabaxi.
Oh my god.
Well, I know what you're
I don't
getting
know.
on your resurrection roll if you die.
I was going to say, we know
Don't kill
someone.
it, don't kill it.
We know someone who can do reincarnation.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to be a demon.
You all make your way back up to the ship. It isn't easy to climb because unfortunately there isn't a skyport to this place, as we discussed before. But the crew help you back up on rope ladders and things. Sudar nods to Akiza, who takes charge of the day shift, and uncharacteristically, he disappears off to one side and just, for the first time ever, seems unsettled. And
Oh dang.
just is kind of taking out all his equipment, like checking his gun, checking his bullets, his ammunition, like over and over again.
Can I? Yeah, check on him. Is he doing this like to make sure it's perfect, or is he like over?
Make an insight
Like-
check for me, please.
27.
27. This is the action of somebody who doesn't know how to react and is making things for himself to do. He's keeping his hands busy because otherwise he's going to want to punch something.
Okay.
There's a current of anger underneath.
Ski is just going to go over and hey, what is it you do? How do you fight? I need to know.
I shoot things, I stab
Okay.
things, I do it really, really fast.
Okay, Ski's just gonna do a attack with like the butt of her dagger to kind of like test his skills a bit.
Stunning.
One of the scimitars comes up from a foot and just psing.
Okay, speedy, good. Okay, and we'll just spend the next few minutes while we're getting ready to take off, just kind of building that knowledge for her and the rest of the party, so we know like what his skills are going to be, but also to like give him a thing to focus on.
For above the table, he is a mid-level fighter.
Cool.
Who uses his pistols and short blades, and he also has daggers, which he doesn't show very often, but you get the impression he can fling them almost as good as you can. He's better with his guns, though.
Yeah, yeah. So probably best at range, but can fight up close.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good. So yeah, Ski's just gonna be putting him through his paces a bit and kind of giving the lowdown of how we all fight. You know, so like, you're probably not gonna shoot Aisling and Eugene. Me and Rock will be up close. Please don't shoot us.
Fair. Very fair.
I don't know if Aisling remembers how quickly he shot the imp that used to, the cackler that was following you. One of the first times you all got together. He was so quick, I think, and none of you saw it coming.
Okay, yeah, it's a good point. I forgot about that.
He doesn't feel quite as fast, but that's just because you're so much more used to skier.
The bar has been raised up.
Yeah, sorry about it.
And you've all improved as well. You're all faster and stronger and like more honed, so you can see his movements a bit more clearly. But you know what you're looking for now. To your eye, skier, he could probably hold off Jaggeth or Mirren on his own without too much problem. It would be interesting to see who would win in a fight like that, but speed-wise, he could certainly keep them on their toes for quite some time.
Yeah, Ski's now thinking like 2v2. Finally, I can take them.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love dogger. Thanks, Rudy. The ship lurches, does its final checks and starts pulling away. There is on the wind, as you start, a song in... Does anyone speak primordial languages? No?
No.
It's unfamiliar. It is gentle and full, and it kind of is this somber song, but underneath it there's these notes of hope. And as you kind of look out, you see all the village has come out and have raised up their voices as this flotilla starts moving forward. Eugene, where you are, you see Keanu has kind of stood towards the prow and has pulled off his head guard for the first time in a while, and he is also singing along.
Can Aisling do that awkward thing you do with songs that you don't know, where you try and sing along but you don't know the words?
Yes! Can you roll me a performance check with disadvantage?
She's just
Can I-
making adjacent noises.
If I see Ashley doing that, Rock's going to pull out his flute and kind of stand next to her and play his flute to the tune that's there to kind of help her. So can she roll not with with disadvantage?
She can roll a straight roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sick. Okay. What did I get? That's an 18, baby.
18.
Flagging it.
I think anyone who knows the song knows that you are making it up, but you at least hum tunes and say the clear words in the right place enough that it sounds. You could basically fool. Let's put it this way: if you were in a school choir, no one would know that you're faking it and letting everybody else like carry
Oh
you.
yeah. Perfect. Stunning. All right, good.
Wonderful. The ship moves out and beyond the island into the reach. You hear barking shouts from the scouts on the flotilla as the Vargren who are accompanying you shout orders to Akiza and the crew as to which direction to go. Some of them push ahead with these long poles. They kind of bonk off the ships that they are floating ahead.
That's a good
But they
noise.
know that their ship is not fast enough to keep ahead of the Dragon's Hope if it wants to go suddenly. It isn't long. You are taken through these arching jungle trails of these floating islands with these rich tapestry of greens, these huge, like cacophonous noise of animals and things like that. You see a couple of other Vargren kind of pop up on islands and howl, and the response comes back and forth. Skier and Aisling, you see a couple of Tigrin who, at different points, always on their own, never in a group. One male, large, barrel-chested, with an easy smile, who kind of waves to you as you go past. Another, a much younger one, who looks like he wants to come and say something, and then kind of like holds himself back in that very cat-like way of like, you're interesting, I want to know more, but also I don't know you, so I don't trust you.
I will still wave.
Kind of narrows his eyes and then very begrudgingly holds up one hand.
Like a cool teenager.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I acknowledge you.
Yeah.
At one point, Sudar kind of turns to you. I found out some more about the humans in the Reach. Not much, I'm afraid. They are very heavily obscured, wearing heavy cloaks, and their colors would suggest maybe Imperial.
Mm-hmm. Skier has a terrible poker face. Shit.
I am reminded of your stories of the strange Imperial creatures that you have fought a few times.
Mm-hmm. What would they be doing here? Who knows? No good.
I think maybe we just prepare for the worst and hope
Yep.
we don't
What's
encounter
the
them.
worst?
We have to fight them.
Oh.
Oh, that's fine.
Skier's like, fighting? Murder? Yeah.
That's the worst. Wow.
That's first. Oh, my bar is much lower.
Eugene, about 20 minutes out of Keskimir, you get a message. Hi, it's Gree. We wanted to check in after the skyquake. We're all okay here. Perb is coordinating relief with Rebecca. Evelyn and your family are safe. Empire are in the Kern. Second message come through almost immediately afterwards. They're pressing for information about what other nations are doing about this threat. Beware, unwanted company could follow. Be safe, please.
I respond with yeah, we're all fine. We're going to take a closer look at what we think is the cause. My aunt has more details. How big is the Empire presence in the can?
Comes through almost immediately. 3 frigates. Officially a diplomatic force, but there are soldiers, and the Tin Hats would not be able to hold a fight.
I just respond with, do you know who's leading them?
General Kirkrim of the Kirkrim family. Dwarf. Slimy. Rebecca hates him.
Okay. I think after that I go and find whichever of these guys is closer.
I don't know if anybody's gone below deck at any point. I think you're just... No.
I just had a message from Gree. Everyone at home is fine, but he said there's a Imperial presence in the can. They're there under diplomatic purposes, apparently.
Yeah, that's what we always say.
3 frigates of them.
What? What have they said their purpose is?
Apparently they want to know what they're trying to find information about what the other nations are doing about this threat.
The threat that happened yesterday? Last night? And they got 3 frigates to Cloudscairn overnight?
Just
Maybe
to
they
check
were in the area.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They were just passing and they thought they'd drop it.
Yeah.
Just see how you all are, you know.
Yeah,
Like
out
good
of kindness
neighbours.
of their hearts.
Have you guys ever heard of General Kekrim?
Have I, Chris?
Yeah, have we?
Both of you can roll me a history check with advantage.
Hell yeah, that's a 4.
I was gonna say you can add 5 to that if you need to, because
That's a 9.
6
Fucking great.
makes all the difference.
Mine was a little better, but if I can add Eugene's thing to it, it'll be 28.
Fuck me.
Yeah, you know the Karkrim family. They are one of the 2 major remaining dwarven families who still hold high seats. They were big advocates of people like your friend, who now goes by Ashurst, Dogarth Harrodin.
Racist.
However, they managed to slip through the purge post his removal, mostly through clever politicking and by throwing under the last remaining Thornhammers, who you have figured out since may not be as bad as were painted up to be.
Yeah. So here's a question though, Chris. I mean, they would not be able to just commission 3 frigates on their own. I mean, there must be some kind of official... If they're claiming to represent the Empire, somebody in the Empire must know that they have done this.
True.
So would I have any idea on like how they would have been able to get away with taking 3 whole frigates to Cloud's Cairn?
Depends on who appointed the mission.
Right.
Not being in the Empire, not being in the court, you wouldn't be able to figure out who's pulling those strings. However, you do know several people in the Empire who you can trust to go and find out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's slightly concerning, and the name makes it even more concerning, to be honest. The only thing we can do is to try and get someone within the Empire to find out who commissioned this and potentially put some pressure on them from the inside, because that may at least distract them or prevent them from taking any action. If they've done this commissioned by somebody within the Empire who is trying to pull something that is untoward, if they are called out on it, it may at least give them pause before taking any action.
I get what you're saying, and I may be misreading the situation, but I don't think there's anyone left with that kind of power to stop them.
No, but if Campbell can make this public, that the Hechrims have sent 3 frigates to threaten Cloud's Cairn at a time when there is supposedly diplomatic relations already have been engaged, it may put political pressure on the family and prevent them from taking any further actions that will put them more in the public eye, or at least cause a lot of trouble for them politically, which is probably more of a motivator.
Maybe
Sorry, just one question. What makes you sure that this isn't public knowledge?
Well, because it's unlikely that the Empire and the Emperor would have made this kind of move on Cloud's Cairn now. Things are too unsettled in the Empire, and they just wouldn't be able to get the support for it. I suspect that this has been commissioned by someone within the Empire, and that the rest of the houses don't even know it's happening.
Chris.
How will we find out who it was?
Well, I can get Campbell to investigate. She is within there, and she also would not raise any eyebrows asking questions about another house, because that's what happens there all the time.
What are you going to ask, Misha?
I was just going to ask, obviously Skier's been in the Empire more recently. Does this, like, add up? Or, basically, I'm trying to work out if, like, Skier would be like, yeah, Rock is right, or whether Skier would be like, oh, things have changed, and,
They may be fully aware of this.
yeah, like I think Skier's a bit more pessimistic, and is a bit like, the houses, even the ones that would stand against this, don't have the power anymore. You know, she fled because there were 4 people in that throne room that night, you know. Is she like... Basically, does she need to gently be like, sorry, Rock, or be on his side and agree with him in this?
It's kind of an interesting one, because you're not entirely certain. You always worked under the principle that the high houses have the best interests of the Empire at heart, or at least that's what they publicly say.
Yeah.
The dwarven houses, the two that remain, have been really well behaved for 30 odd years.
So is it
since-
like
20
if they
odd
did
years, I should say.
anything, people would be like, no, they're great, they're fine, they never do anything wrong, so
Yeah.
you don't need to be worried.
But what they do behind closed doors, or who they ally themselves with, that's another matter. And you know that the human houses and the dwarven houses behind closed doors have reputations that they would throw each other down the stairs if it meant that they got one step closer to the Emperor's favour.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not as... Let's put it this way. Despite the fact that they hold power, the Drachen, or Dragonborn houses, are not as politically motivated. They're very much about rules, regulation, straight talking. There are those among them who are very good at politics. They've had to become it, but generally their high houses and the rest of the great houses are very much like, we have tradition, this tradition works. The dwarves and the humans are allowed to be part of that tradition because it makes peace in the Empire and it makes running everything easier. But we expect them to behave that way, and to the face, the dwarves and the humans like, oh yeah, absolutely. And then behind closed door, they're like, so how do we kill this person so that we can get the Emperor's favour?
Jesus.
Okay. Then I guess excuse me. I guess then they're not going to want to do anything.
Well, if we can at least get a few people in the Empire questioning why this is happening, it may, as I say, just make them a little more visible, so that if they do anything, they will have eyes on them, rather than whatever they're doing right now, which I suspect is done under their own steam.
Yeah, or at least under the guise of, we're just checking it out.
And to be honest, the worst that happens is that Campbell comes back and says, yes, everyone knows that this is happening, but then at least we know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if Campbell can get that info, then yeah.
Okay. Eugene, do you have enough spell slots that we could send a message? Or I do have one last male bird I could use if we would rather save your spells for now.
Given that we don't know what situation we're going into, I think it's probably prudent for me to save my spell slots.
Gotcha. I will immediately just take out a male bird and I'm going to address it to Campbell. And I am just going to briefly write on it, that the House Kechrim has sent 3 frigates, currently looming over Cloud's Cairn, under the guise of finding out what people are doing for this threat.
Can I suggest that you write it in some sort of code?
Oh yes, Campbell's brilliant at Pig Latin. That'd be great. Okay.
Sophisticated.
I know. No, I will use what Campbell and I used to leave notes for each other when we were kids. And so it won't be the most sophisticated of cipher, but it should be at least enough to distract someone if they do intercept it. And then I will just ask her whether people are aware of this. If not, would it be prudent to ask some questions so that they are visible in whatever actions they take?
Wonderful. What shape does the bird take as it folds up?
Oh, it's a tiny little dragon.
Oh,
Amazing.
Little Mushu.
Yep.
And I'm not going to sign it either, because she will know who it's from, and if it does get intercepted, I do not want anything that tracks to her being aware of where I am.
You just write at the end, you know who, winky face.
Well, no, I just write Kiki, because that was who I used to sign off my letters when we were pretending that it wasn't me.
Winky face.
Yeah. Madam Kiki.
Yeah, so I'll send that off immediately.
It spins around your hand a couple of times and then off speed as you have come used to.
And then I think I will just turn back to everyone and just kind of say, well, there is nothing we can do right now. We cannot go to Cloud's Cairn. We have to face whatever we're doing right now. So we will wait for a response, and hopefully nothing happens in Cloud's Cairn until we have some more answers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just try and keep things in the sky first.
Yes.
One thing at a time.
One very big thing at a time.
Yeah.
A very big, looming, deadly thing at a time.
Sudar, do you want to fight some more?
No, but you do, so let's do that. It isn't long after before one of the floating barges is pulled overhead, and Murad swings down and slides down the rope onto the deck. She stands up, nods to you all. Prepare yourselves. We are very close now. Remember,
What do we do to prepare?
clear your minds. This will be your test of thought.
Oh God.
Oh,
Shit.
wait, what?
Thought? Like,
Why did no one warn us?
no, me
Okay.
and Ashling can't do this.
Eugene,
No offense, Ashling, I'm just...
No offense to you neither. I totally get it. It's true.
right, everybody listen to whatever Eugene tells us to do.
Okay. I
Uh-huh.
can do that.
Oh God.
Okay.
From behind you here, Sudar go, they will be fine. Do not worry. They are selling themselves massively short.
Rock's just going to look at Sudar like, really?
You watch as there's a shimmer as the boat seems to press against something, and you open up into an illusionary wall that comes around and reveals a hidden island. Which is really weird because none of you picked it up, which you would have expected to. I think as you're all looking around, looking a little perplexed or maybe a little frustrated, Mara goes, this can only be broken by sense of smell.
Huh?
What's this smell of?
Ashling's eloquence is breathtaking.
We're gonna be fine in this trial of thought
Totally.
and intellectualism.
The magics were woven by the Sun Druids so that only the Vargren had a chance to find it. We rely on our sense of smell to locate the island.
I thought it was a really stinky island.
No. Quite the opposite. On the island is one large, hilly, rocky area. Of which you can see inside there appears to be one cave. We can only go this far. Sudar will take you the rest of the way, both as your arbiter and ally.
Okay.
What you face here is ancient. Listen to its words.
We're so fucked.
Go with respect and caution.
If you got that scare, respect and caution.
How do you spell caution?
I don't know.
C-O...
Shun.
S-H-U-N.
Yeah. Nailed it. High five.
Just be careful.
I'm going to get that. Go with respect and caution.
Respect.
Respect.
Okay. Okay, we got this.
Sudar starts walking towards the dinghy. at the back of the ship and nods to you all.
Let's go.
Okay.
Any of you know how to run a rudder?
I've done it a couple of times.
If you will grab the rudder, I will steady the ship.
Okay.
The little tiny vessel kind of off on its own alongside the ship and kind of zooms in. Your crew trying not to put pressure on you, but they all watch you leave, and they're all, you can see lots of masks of people who are aware of how important this is, but trying to also don't stare, don't
Subtly passing bets to each other behind me.
Yeah.
Danger has like a table upturned barrel and is taking bets.
Hell yeah. You better
Till
be
Fe-
betting on me, Danger. I'm the only one who uses your real name.
Felix, until Felix walks up and smacks him up the back of the head.
Narc.
Hey, I'll take that bet.
Ship weaves into this strange, heavy, hilly mountain area. Everything is much more stone-like than you've seen. There is still moss and growth and small, grasses and things like that, but nothing is quite as alive and lush as where you've been before. The ship comes down and gently touches onto the edge of the island. Sudar leaps off and ties it against something, the boulder that looks like it will hold the best, and nods and helps you all one by one get off the ship. Right. I will follow your lead once we get there, but I will guide you into the cave. My understanding is we will have guides who will take us to our destination, and then from there, we face the test.
Okay.
Do you know anything further about the test?
I think it is different for everybody.
Oh, one of
Oh,
those.
one of
Great.
them.
Super.
Do you think it's spelling?
I hope not.
Oh, I feel like
Perhaps
it's going to be more puzzle-like.
He kind of, he's also taken his captain's jacket off and kind of puts it over the ship, and underneath you can see he's got like bandoliers with knives and his guns. He's looking a lot more relaxed in terms of his appearance, a lot less official. He nods and just starts heading towards that big cave.
Okay.
I'm being so perceptive of everything. Just so you're aware.
Amazing.
Ashley's keeping track of where we are, where we're going, where we've been, all that kind of shit.
You step towards this cave and it is impenetrably dark, to the point where even those with dark vision do not seem to get any advantage looking further in.
Would my fairy fire staff do literally anything?
Give it a go.
Yep, I will give it a go.
That light into the darkness, and then there's moments of rocky shapes, and then it swallows it very quickly.
Okay, I tried.
O ancient guardians of the way forward, I bring before you 4 friends who would like to understand the wisdom of Sinla. Please come forward and guide us to the first test. There's a small pad right next to you, Skier. And you look across and there's a little black cat. So black, it looks like someone has punched a hole in the world, apart from big, sparkling eyes that look like the universe.
Kindred spirit.
You wish, he says, and jumps off.
Oh. Alright.
Aisling, next to you, There's a little yip, like a laugh, and there's a
Ooh.
beautiful red fox with fur that looks like fire, and ears are
Hi.
tufted at the edge. And again, those sparkling eyes like distant lights.
You're beautiful.
Do you see them, brother? They are very pretty for little ones. I think we've seen prettier, says the cat, washing himself.
I'm glad I got this.
This guy's a dick, and I love him.
Of course you do, I'm beautiful.
Yeah. You're so mean. Let me pet you.
I wouldn't if I were you. From come atop, and there's an owl. White feathers speckled with little star shapes, and again those sparkling eyes. You called and we came. You may address us as Sister Fox, Brother Cat, and Sibling Owl. Welcome, Parshkikk's chosen. It feels like not long since we saw you in your realm of dust and shadows, and we wondered if you would stalk into one of our places. For the more perceptive of you, you remember animal totems amongst the lesser gods who were witness for Alabaster's mission.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's these guys.
There were more of them, but these three are the ones that seem to have come this time. And you have
Hello.
seen their totems several times in the Reach.
Hi. Yeah, if you could take us to the test, that would be so great.
I don't think that they have what it takes. Oh, be quiet. You're such a grump, says Sister Fox and dumps down. Please ignore him. It is his nature to question and challenge everything that comes across him. It's hunt or be hunted, verbally or otherwise.
Ah, I never thought of that.
There is definite wisdom in that. However, I do believe the test will answer that question for you, so perhaps we could get on with it.
Oh, I like him. He's to the point. Very well. Whose turn is it to go in? I feel like I'm going to go and lay in the sun, so it's not me. Sister Fox goes to open. I, and the owl says, I will guide them in. Sibling owl, I should say. I, and I land on the floor, am the creature of the night, much like you two. But I am less afraid of what lays within.
Cool.
Okay.
Come then, fleeting mortals, let us see if your wisdom is worthy of your prize. And she kind of, her body twists where she just watches you and she just...
Oh, creepy. Nice.
I'm definitely nudging Eugene to go ahead.
We need a copy of you, what you do.
Can we copy your homework, Eugene?
It's all about
We'll
thoughts.
change it.
It's all
We'll
about
change it
thoughts
so
and
they know
mind
it's not
stuff. Just
copied.
you're the only one who can do this.
Yeah, I'll
Not too
change
many
some words.
thoughts.
Exactly, spare some for us.
You are led inside the cave. Inside, as soon as you kind of step across the threshold, that darkness lifts ever so slightly. It's still very dark, but you can just about make out shapes, rocks, old statues. You go further and further in. You notice humanoid shapes, which you think are just statues to start with, until you realise they are Vargran, Aragana, Tortles, humans, caught in poses where they are locked in stone.
Oh. Great. What kind of poses? Terror? Great. Wonderful. Love it. Stunning.
As Sibling Owl drops onto one of their heads and kind of looks at you. Don't mind the ornaments. Many come here when they are not invited, and they are treated as such.
Ooh. Okay. We were invited, right? Okay.
Stay behind the owl just in case.
Uh-huh.
Further and in, and this green mist starts to roll out, opens into a large chasm-like area. And all of you get a shiver up your spine, as if something else is here. And you hear scales scraping against stone. Huge, ancient, something moves deep within the cave. And then these two bright yellow eyes, pitched in darkness so far back, open and regard you.
Eugene just instinctively closes his eyes just in case he's about to get turned to stone.
Smart. Very smart.
That's the smart thing to do.
Yeah,
Actually,
this is why you survive.
I'm staring.
Rock's like, why has
I'm
Eugene closed his
staring.
eyes? This thing's really scary. You should watch
Yeah,
it.
we're all just like,
Who enters the cave that remembers?
I'm Ashling.
Skier.
I'm Rock.
And I'm Eugene.
I mean, this is Suda.
I am Suldar. Yes, thank you.
Please don't turn us into stone.
Do you deserve to be turned into stone?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
No,
Definite no.
we're trying to stop you from falling out of the sky, my friend.
Uh-huh,
So,
Doing good things, not raiding or anything bad.
oh, really?
You have
No.
come to test your mind,
Uh-huh.
to see if you are worthy of a goddess's prey. None of you can, looking behind, you don't know if you can see where you came from anymore. You feel very exposed in this open area, and that
Hated.
sound is moving all around you now, apart from those two yellow eyes.
Okay, can you just give us a test? I'm getting a bit antsy, and I've been known to have stabby reactions. So please,
That's some self-awareness right there.
It's a medical condition.
I'm just saying I don't want to stab you, but I will if I feel threatened. I just lash out.
You nearly hit Sudo. Whoa, wait.
Sorry.
Calm. We probably do not stand a chance if we go blades first. Remember,
No.
we are here to test our thoughts, not our knives. That comes
You're
later.
okay, Skier. You're with me. Yes, it's okay.
I don't have thoughts, only knives.
Might be the quick test.
No thoughts, only knives.
I will ask your troop 3 questions.
Okay.
Reveal to me the answers, and I will bequeath you what you seek.
Okay.
The cost of making only the maker knows. Valueless if bought, but sometimes traded. A poor man may give one as easily as a king. When one is broken, pain and deceit are assured. And I will pop that in our chat.
Thank
You
you.
guys can read it. And for those at home, the cost
have an
of
idea
making only the maker knows, valueless if bought, but sometimes traded. A poor man may give one as easily as a king. When one is broken, pain and deceit are assured.
I'd like to venture a guess.
A guess is always welcome.
Wait, can we
Huge.
talk?
Wait, this isn't our final answer, is it?
Yeah, can we
talk
discuss?
About it?
Oh, yes. What are the rules? Are there,
Take your time.
Okay.
do we just have to, or do we only have one chance, or what? Can we just clarify what the rules are?
One answer. True. 3 questions. 3 chances.
Okay. So we need to just confer.
Okay.
I
what do you
think
think?
the answer might be a promise.
I think so too.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
You
we're just
see,
gonna go
do
with
Do you
that. No
want to
one's,
tell him?
Yeah.
no one's got any.
Well, that
no?
was.
Okay.
No, I think it was a promise too.
Yeah, when they said the breaking thing, that made me think it was a promise. Up until then,
Either
I
a
have to admit,
promise
I was
or-
a bit lost. But
I was thinking something around trust, but yeah,
Either
so
a promise or a secret.
I don't think you can break a secret though.
No, I know
But you
that's
can
why
break a
I
promise.
thought.
And secrets can have value.
Okay.
But the promise also has value. I think a promise.
yeah, I think promise sounds right. Right?
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Okay,
I mean-
we're ready to answer. I think.
Answer.
Is it a promise?
A promise. I wonder, little moments, what promises have you made? And what promises will you break to get what you desire? First question. Well done. Second.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Second question. And this is law related, so it's an in-game related
Oh, boy.
riddle.
Oh no.
First 3, then 2, now 1. My face ever changes, my charge ever still. Guide to many, curse to a few. I hold out my hand for a journey with you. Who am I? I will pop that in
Huddle,
chat for
huddle,
you as well.
Is it?
Huddle.
It's the. Is it the brothers in the ways?
Is it the keepers of the ways?
Yeah. The feather.
First 3, then 2, now 1. What does that mean?
I don't know.
No, I thought it was just the
Now,
keepers.
with all of these, if you would like to make a roll for anything, I can give you a hint.
Going to
Yeah.
and then it cast a few.
Okay.
But
I'll flick. Can I flick through my in-game notebook and see if I can find anything and have
Ooh,
that
yes.
be a roll?
Yeah, I would like you to just make just a D20 for me.
Okay.
No
14.
modifier. 14.
Wait, wasn't there? Sorry, carry on.
No, no,
Wasn't,
please.
wasn't there three moons? Is it something with the moon? There was 3 moons, and then 2, and now there's only 1.
One brother moon.
Shit, that
Brother
was, yeah,
Moon?
that was
It
ages
doesn't-
ago.
Does brother
Where
moon
are those?
guide the dead?
Yeah.
Right?
Brother Moon is officially the guide of the dead.
Yeah. So yeah,
There's
I
something
think
about a wolf.
brother moon.
I mean, the rest of it makes sense as soon as you say that. Guide to many, a curse to few. I hold up my hand for a journey with you. I have been there when that hand has been reached out.
Yeah.
Are we happy with that answer then?
Yeah. Actually, make a buzzer noise.
Incidentally, you look down at your page, and there is a beautiful drawing, not by you, of 3 moons above a familiar-looking city, one that you've been to before.
Ooh, I didn't do this one. It's just in here.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll answer for the second question. It is Brother Moo.
Second of their children and last of the guides. His smell is on you a little. I wonder if he lingers near to catch you if you fall.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
You have answered my second question.
Okay.
Good team.
Smashing it.
Good,
We're
good.
so smart.
Oh, so clever.
Well done, Eugene.
Last question. You have me today. Tomorrow you'll have more. As your time passes, I'm not easy to store. I don't take up space. I live in one place. I am what you saw, but not what you see. What am I?
Memories?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I popped it in chat in our chat as well.
I fucking love a riddle.
Me too.
So for those at home, you have me today, tomorrow you'll have more. But as your time passes, I'm not easy to store. I don't take up space, but I live in one place. I am what you saw, but not what you see. What am I?
Memories.
We'd
Definitely.
like to answer memories.
Ah, yes, a memory. A moment held by others. And now you know what I am. And I wonder, will others hold you so long? And what purpose will they make of you as they do? You have answered 3 questions to a creature that no longer lives.
Oh.
And so you should be rewarded with a gift that till this point was not. And as it kind of slithers back, you can see those giant yellow eyes.
Bye.
And just by your feet, as if it has been there the whole time, is a bright pink gem that softly glows. And you can see the chasm for the first time. This ancient temple with paintings, like very primordial paintings of different humanoids, large and small, hunting creatures, talking to giants, crossing forests. And Sibling Owl is sitting on a rock nearby. You just met the memory of the first god to walk Erevis.
Seemed like he probably slithered more than walked.
And you got to live to tell the tale.
Wish she told us. Could have dressed nicer or something.
They care not
Pretty
for
dark
such.
in there, I don't think it's
They
Okay,
care
good.
not for such things, I fear. Come, I will guide you back to the light
Okay.
and let you on with your journey.
Yeah. Where do we go next?
The Vagran will know. And the Aragana will show us.
Okay. Let's go. Chop chop.
Well done team.
Oh yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Great team effort. Well done, you
You-
team.
You guys get you guys get to the cave entrance back the way you came. The cat and the fox wait patiently. See, I told you that they'd survive. Of course you did. I could care, but I don't. Well, I suppose you're all done. Well, if you can get back on, we have other places to be and things to do. Can't always be hanging around to be guides for little moments like you. Please pardon this rudeness.
Rock's gonna bend down really close to the cat and just very quietly whisper, "But we do so appreciate you guiding us."
Of course you do. And good luck.
Thanks.
And he just pads off. We will see you again someday, I hope. In the meantime, I look forward to hearing your stories. And they, three of them, walk back into the cave.
Wow, there is a lot of attitude going on in that cave.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What do you think they talk about when we're not there?
Yeah, what?
My
It's
theory,
dark.
from what they told me growing up, is they avoid each other as much as possible.
You know, that makes sense. I feel like they bicker a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, the attitude makes sense, yeah.
Don't a lot of families? Come,
So, back on the ship, yeah?
go
Yeah.
back to the ship. Sudar leads you back to the dinghy and gets you on board. And that feels like a perfect place for us to take a break. It is 23 minutes past. Shall we say 25 to? Is that enough time for everybody? Maybe
8:35, yes.
8:35. Yes, excellent.
I have to do that too.
8:35. Amazing. We're going to grab a break. If you would like to do so at home as well, please feel welcome if you are allowed to. Those of you who are watching at work, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Our friends from Natural 30s and No Fame Pod are both in the chat, and we love you being here. Thank you so much.
Bunch of babes.
Bunch of babes. We will be right back. Take care.
Love you,
See
bye.
you in a little bit. Bye. And they're back. Hello, everybody. Hope you had a nice break. Before our break, our friends passed the first of, well, it's technically the second of two free tests that they need to meet a lesser god who is the guide to the Temple of Power, where they want to go. Yes, they met something ancient and powerful which has been revealed to them as possibly the memory of the very first god of Erevis. Something large and serpentine in the dark. Primordial fear. That tested them with 3 puzzles, which I think maybe I can be a little more challenging on in the future. Chris will remember this. But I had fun anyway, so I hope you guys did too. You find yourselves back on the ship within a few minutes, and immediately Marud kind of comes up. Were you successful?
Well, we're back.
Smashed it.
Yeah. Easy peasy squeeze the lemon.
Travel, she turns to Akiza and Suda. Travel to where the Argana holds sway. Wait for their signal. Do not stray from their path. You know how dangerous their part of the reach can be. My people will leave you here. We are rooting for you and the future of our home.
Great. No pressure. But thank you for all your help.
Our honor, and it's only our desire we could do more, but there may come time for that in the future. If you ever need us, you may call upon the Vagren of Adirreach.
I fear that day might come, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she whips around on one of those ropes, pulling it off and swinging out and pulling herself up onto one of the barges.
So sick.
You kindly not
I
crush on
picture
my
Skier
aunt.
just leaning on the side like,
That's your aunt? I'm gonna be your aunt too.
It's like, that's your aunt? Could you just call me Auntie Skier from now on? To see how it
no one's
sounds.
better than one aunt, 2 gay aunts.
Yeah.
Well, you met his mothers. Right. And he kind of moves up to Keys. I'd like to, so you'll need to head this way. Keep low. You might even need to go almost to touching the bottom of the shield. Watch out for stray rocks and stray rocks as well. We're going into a very difficult, tight place, but I trust you behind the wheel. Danger?
Why?
What do you mean why?
Akiza. It's Akiza.
Can I stand with Akiza while she's
Yeah.
steering, just to help with perception stuff?
Absolutely.
Just to distract her.
Danger.
You know, just a chat.
Danger. You must watch from the rear, because sometimes there are things that want to eat us, that come up and hunt. Aye, Captain. Okay. Yep. Definitely not getting eaten today. He says, wanders up. Too dangerous to be eaten. That's me. Danger Dan.
Dan, if anything attacks us from behind, I'm throwing you to them.
I would like perception checks of anybody who is actively watching for creatures as we go.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can I be doing something more navigational?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to use a survival check.
Yeah.
23.
23. Nice.
27.
Hell yeah.
27, nice.
19.
19. Very good.
28 survival.
Lovely. So, Aisling, you help by identifying the shifts in terms of movement, and you kind of predict how land masses. So in terms of helping, you can shout out to Skier and Akiza, like, I think that's going to do this, and gives Akiza enough time to kind of move things over.
Sorry, but that just sounds like Aisling standing there just pointing, going, rock!
Yeah,
How many times does
Which is
Rock go,
very confusing.
yes?
Another rock!
exactly. It's very confusing for poor Rock.
How does Rock help out? What does he spot on his travels? Yeah, okay, I'll come back to you. Skier.
Yeah.
What do you spot? What interesting things do you see? How do you prevent the ship being attacked or hurt?
What do your tiefling eyes see?
I
What do
think
your tiefling eyes see?
I think she's also using her perception to keep Akiza calm.
Aw.
Like she's like, I don't know, if there's something coming up, or like something that looks like it's going to be a bit difficult, or like she's panicking a bit, you know, Skier's just going to be like, oh, you got time, it's all good. Or, you know, like if you're driving and you're like nervous, but you got someone next to you chatting,
Yeah,
you sort of go into autopilot, and that's a bit better.
yeah. I think that's great. And that's
Yeah,
really
so I
good.
think she's doing that more kind of.
Damn. I need that version of Skier to just follow me around every day.
I think we lost Michelle briefly. She'll be back. There we go. There she is.
See, I'm back. It's so annoying.
Theo, what does Eugene spot, and how does Eugene help?
I think Eugene is using his like magical awareness to kind of try and sense any disturbances in the force.
Nice. He's standing at the bow like Charles Xaviering the whole way.
Absolutely, yeah. I think one of the magical things that you sense are some wyverns who are laying in wait, hunting small prey, and I think you sense their magic before they can act, and you can point it out. Either you can send off a warning shot, or you can point it out to the crew who can use one of the ballistas to kind of deter them from
Yeah, I
taking
think he just
damage.
sends like a fireball or something, not at them, but like
Warning shot.
nearby
Yeah.
to like make them move, basically.
And they kind of glower at you, but they skitter around the rock looking for something else to hunt on. Rock, how do you help?
Yeah, I think Rock is kind of leaving the navigation to those people who can do it, and is just using his experience of being on the ship before when he was sailing with the circus through all the different places that they went to, and is keeping an eye out for animals, creatures, things coming through the clouds, like, just because he knows that he's seen those kind of things before, so he knows what to look out for. And he's leaving the kind of the navigation and the clever stuff to those people who know better.
You do help as well. I think everybody else is very focused on what's going on, and you just see the break through a cloud bank of a sky whale, and you point out it's heading your direction. And Akiza like shout forward, and Aisling covers that forward, and Akiza adjusts, goes up higher, and it kind of comes up high next to you just to have a close look at what you are, and then dives down into the cloud cover towards the bottom of the sky shield again.
Love it.
Were you not in such urgent, time-sensitive mode, you would probably be enjoying this a lot more. It is a beautiful place full of very interesting things to watch and involve yourself with. It's not long before Sudar comes to the front and holds hand up. There's a drift, and the Argana will let us know where we need to go. And it does. She holds the ship calls full stop, and the ship just drifts. And underneath you, probably only about 40, 50 feet down, you can just see the edge of that shimmer, bottom of the sky shield. You are very low. Occasionally you see something drop off one of the islands naturally. Bits of dirt, plant matter that's kind of disconnected, and you see that psst, and vanish as it hits the shield below. It isn't long before there's a call sound. And it's answered and answered. Ropes descend from some of the rock faces, and as they come, there's Aragana that appear, and you see them changing colour from rock to their natural blues, greens, and reds. And they hit the deck, and they bow deeply. And there's a very tall, with a beautiful big crest and very gentle eyes. An incredibly short one, probably the shortest one you've seen, with one arm missing, leaning on a stick, and a big, wide, almost frog-like face, and a big smile on their lips. And one that probably stands around about skier's height, broad, muscular back. She is carrying a sack with 4 eggs tied to her at the moment, and she's the one that talks. You are Parshkikk's chosen. We will take you to the holy place. Prepare your arms. We have had infiltration. Enemies have attacked one of our villages. Close.
Do you have any information on them?
Yes.
What they look like, what they were wearing?
Cloaks.
How they attacked?
To start with, cloaks and armor. And they looked like dragons upright underneath. And then came the metal men.
Uh-oh.
Metal men?
Metal men?
Sorry, forgive. Words. Miztramium.
No.
Oh.
Men in armor or
Yes, armor.
men made out of metal? Okay.
Men
Okay.
in armor
Okay, that I can handle.
on a ship that appeared from nowhere.
From Miskatrim.
Mistrium, yes. This is
Okay.
North Place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We will guide you.
Do you know what they were? Why did they attack? Do you know what they were looking for?
We do not.
Did
Yeah.
they also... Do you know if they've also gone to this sacred place?
We think they are looking for the sacred place.
Okay.
They are looking for the Builder's Rest.
Right.
But we know the secret ways, the fast ways, and we have seen your ship. It is good.
Okay, so hopefully we get there first.
She walks up to Akiza at the helm, and she begins describing, and Akiza nods. She goes, "Full to aft! Quick turn!" And the ship lurches ever so slightly as the ether stone kind of starts pushing it forward, and then it kind of starts climbing almost vertically at some point. Not quite. You can still stand on deck, but it's that point where you have to hold on to something
Oh boy.
up through the arches and things like that. As you climb, you smell fire on the air. You see wreckage in several of the islands, and you notice that they are indeed Imperial dinghies. There are several dead Aragana around, and lots of dead Imperial officers as well.
Ski is just going to pull her bow and arrow out and find a place that she's got good vantage, just to keep an eye.
As you get up, you get high and crest over towards a village, which you can still see there is some fighting happening. There are lizard folk and a tigrin, like a big male tigrin with orange fur, and a twin-bladed spear, which is kind of like dancing among them with the Aragana. And everywhere he goes, there are Imperial falls. You see a huge dragonoid creature charging towards him, and it's peppered with arrows, and as it kind of crashes to the floor, it explodes.
Oh, they got this.
There's a call and a cry in something similar to Draconic, but not quite the same. And who speaks Draconic? Yep, you can just about make out this idea. It's less structured language. It's almost like a primordial version of Draconic, but the idea is still there, and you can pick out enough of it to realise that somebody made a break for the Builder's Rest. You come across the village to a large, ancient-looking temple made of stone and metal, covered in root and tree. They're still fighting on the steps. That lead Aragana turns to you and goes, "You must move quickly. Head into the temple at the back. Through the gate, you will go to where the rest is hidden. There is the challenge you must face. It has been called already to defend, but you must still bring it low." You descend on ropes this time. I'll have a quick acrobatics or athletics check of everybody to make sure you get down okay, because it's quite quick.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
12.
12. Okay. Ashley?
I got an 18 acrobatics, so I do a
18.
flip.
Flip. And Rock.
I got a natural 20 for a 27 athletics.
Nice. Rock clambers down. I think with that one you can just about, like, Eugene is doing okay, but kind of slips towards the end, and I think you are just there to kind of catch him as he comes down, just help guide him to the floor.
I think I just sort of like ease Eugene's drop down, and as I do so, I just go, "Stop showing off," and I just carry on.
Aww.
Running up the steps, Sudar kind of leads the charge, and as he does, he pulls out both those pistols. There is a as two Imperials go down, like as these expert shots just take them very quickly. There's one of those draconic creatures leaps out, and I think, without even thinking about it, Skier, you backhand it with a knife, and then roll away as it explodes in a puddle of acid.
Yeah, she's got wind and well out.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
There is attacks from all of you. You don't press or stop or waste time, but you take shots, all of you. Rock, you probably swing wide, taking the head off one of these creatures as you go. Eugene, there is definite fire in your fingertips. And Aisling, you Gatling on your way up.
Of course.
Breaking through this temple, this beautiful old building that is definitely pre-ascension, but has this kind of these beautiful copper platings all the way down with these wonderful etchings which look like star maps, and global topography all around the edge. When you have time, this will be a wonderful place to visit and learn more about the ancient world that was left behind. But you don't have this time at the moment. You break through, and there's a open door at the back with a gentle, warm glow coming from it. Charging forward, you step through, and you are greeted by a very familiar looking place. And if you would like to open the tactical map, and I will just update so people at home can see it.
Pretty colours.
Underneath this temple, different from the ones you've seen before, is this pulsing golden energy which continues to flow forward. You look around to see what could possibly be your challenge here, and you watch as one of those big draconic half-human creatures is slammed into the metal plates in front of you and explodes in energy, as you've seen before. And this large, glowing, pink energy creature with a metal mask lands. Huge, gargantuan wings spread out from behind it, a glowing, magical energy. It looks at you and starts to charge. Guess what?
Let's go.
I wonder what we're rolling.
I'm
Let's
ready.
roll for initiative.
I'm not
Let's
that ready.
fucking go.
13,
13.
Oh,
which is terrible for me.
that is.
Did you, that was with your advantage? Whoop.
No, I knocked my
Hi.
headphones off. No, it wasn't with my advantage.
Yeah, make sure you use your advantage.
Natural 20!
That's better. That's what I was looking for.
29.
Sunny
Wow.
Jim.
Cool. That should appear. There we go. You guys should be able to see that now.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
I was like, oh, cool. Oh, no.
That's
that-
too large.
Sorry, Ski, can you give me that number again?
29 total.
29. Aisling.
A 5.
5. Amazing. Hey, sometimes being first is not the best thing.
Oh yeah, completely.
Theo, what did Eugene get?
18.
18. Rock.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Could someone please roll for Sudar?
No, not me.
I'll roll
That
for
was pure
Sudar.
trash.
Thank you.
I rolled the same thing I did, a 16.
16, so that's a 19 for him, so. And let's just see. Sorry about this. I am just waiting on Alchemy to join in the fun.
Come on, Alchemy.
Come on, you can do it.
You got to believe.
Yeah, you can do it. Okay. Okay, this one we can actually do. Okay, that's not bad. Awesome. Good news is, it is going after everybody other than, I'm sorry, Aisling.
That's fine.
Even Aisling's going
Yay.
after Aisling at this point.
Absolutely.
This thing is, I'm just going to see if I can quickly show people at home. I don't think I can, unfortunately. No, I don't think I can. I say it's this large purple-pink energy being with this metal mask that kind of sweeps around, almost sphinx shape.
It's very pretty.
Okay, so first up, unsurprisingly, Skier.
Let's go. So, I believe, so normally on my first round I can move 40 feet, but I've got an extra 5 feet of movement, so I
That's
can move
right.
45 feet.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Nice.
5, 10, 15. Can I jump over this?
Yes, it is, as long as you've got enough movement to get over there.
35, 40, 45. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'll do 3 attacks. They'll just have to be with my longbow though, because I can't reach it from here. First thing, bonus action, insightful fighting. Can it make a charisma saving throw?
Saving throw, or is it just...
No, deception.
Deception
Just a
check.
deception check. Sorry. I should know this by now.
Okay. 14.
I just rolled another natural 20
Oh my god!
for a 34.
Nice. With a natural 20, not only do you get your advantage, this thing is rippling with magical energy. It is entirely likely that most of its energy, its abilities are going to be magical in nature.
Okay. It's magic. You know what that means.
What?
I don't know. It's just magic. Okay.
Cool.
First attack. No. Don't look at this one. That's a 13.
13
Don't
does
look.
not hit.
I'm just warming up.
Yeah.
I've not used my bow and arrow in a while. Okay, that's better. Plus 10. 19.
19 will hit.
Beautiful. So it's you and you. And you. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 27, 29, 35 points of damage.
35.
Ooh.
Nice.
With sneak attack damage that I've just noticed a weak spot between its wings. And last attack, another 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And another 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
And
You watch as these 2 arrows sink into it, and they hit and they do damage, and then they just slow as soon as they pierce that energy, and then just slowly get pulled in and dissolved.
Oh.
oh no.
Huh.
Don't know what that means. That's on you magic, guys. And that's my turn.
That is your turn. Rock.
Yeah. So I'm going to use. Correct me if this is wrong, because I have 2 attacks per action. How do I? Let me try again. How does that work in terms of using dash?
Dash is an action, unless
Right.
you are a rogue, so it would use your full action.
So
to
I would
do
use both. I would lose both attacks if I
You would
dash.
lose both attacks if you dashed in this particular instance.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to move up basically to where Skier is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, so I can't get quite to her. But I've got 35, and then let me just check measurement. Ooh. Sorry. Chris, how far would you say the creature is?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Actually, I can just tell you. I can show you. Oop, hang on, can I?
I think 85.
Okay.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
85 feet.
Okay, fine. So, so then I am going to use. I'm going to pull out my pistol, which is equipped with my ether bullets.
It's 75 feet from you.
Cool. Well, yeah. So I've got 90 range on my pistol. So,
Nice.
so I'm going to use my pistol, and I'm going to fire 2 shots with ether bullets to the creature.
Lovely.
So the first one is, where is it? 13. So 21 to hit,
21 will hit.
and the second is, no, the second is only, 18 to hit.
18 will also hit. No, 18 misses, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Okay, so one of them hits. So that is a. Sorry, I don't use this very often.
That's right. Used to be a favourite. Now it's sword jobbing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. 1, 2, 5. So it is. Oh, nice. 13 points of damage.
Nice.
And for my bonus action,
Do you need your sword?
what do you mean?
Are you going to throw out your sword?
No, because it can't get there from where I am anyway, so I won't do it on this one.
Okie doke.
But for my bonus action, what I will do is, can I do one at a time, I guess? But I will just turn around and say I'll just say to Aisling, okay, we're going to need all the magic we can get. You've got this. You're good at this. Do the Gatling thing. And I'm going to bardically inspire Aisling. So you've got a D8.
So inspired.
I know, right?
Best inspiration ever. That is awesome. Anything else? You moved.
No, actions, bonus action. That's it.
Okay. It is Sudar's go. He can take shots, up to 2 shots, if you need him to.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me.
I mean, at this point, I think that's all we can do, right?
Yeah, just hang on 1 second. It's being weird. Oh, for goodness sake. Sorry, bear with me, guys.
It's okay, it's not your fault.
It's alright. I'm just imagining Skier once again Naruto running, jumping over the lava.
Come on.
If you want, Chris, I'm ready to take my turn. If you want me to.
Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me do anything. I might need to just quickly refresh alchemy. Bear with me 1 second, guys.
It's all
Do you want me
good.
to go?
Yeah, so if you would like to...
Okay, I will move up to here. And Eugene's going to cast a spell, and you see like a big, you know, one of those like fancy arched windows that I dream of having in my house.
Like a
one day.
cathedral one.
Yeah, with like stained glass and shit.
Yeah.
Hell.
And it's all kind of edged in like this purple glowing light, and then it opens and it's like a night sky on the other side, and 7 stars get pulled through the window
Oh shit.
and like swirl around Eugene and like form like a crown around his head.
Yes!
I
love
love that.
Crown of Stars.
Hell yeah.
That is such
And-
beautiful flavour for that spell.
Thanks. And I will use my bonus action to fire one at this,
Wait,
thing.
what? A wizard? A bonus action?
No, bonus
Yeah.
actions now.
Fucking love
Wonderful.
the spell.
a great
That
spell.
is a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Okay, bear with while I roll some damage.
Roll your damage. Cool. I can now move Sudar, so I'll be able to do that in a second.
And that is 20 radiant damage.
20 radiant damage. Da-da-da. Wonderful. Action, bonus action. Do you want to move any more?
I cannot.
You cannot. Thank you. That was a very good go. I now have action. I now have act. I can now do stuff with Sudar again.
Hey.
Shoot, Sudar. Kill it.
Sick 'em,
so
Sudar.
5, 10,
Get it over with.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 because of the blessing. He's on the edge there. And he will take a shot with his gun.
Just poor skiers, just like rocks just shot over one ear now and Sudar shooting over the other. It's like,
Oh no!
oh, get about them.
He hits.
These kids and their guns.
They are, yeah.
So loud.
For the first shot, and then the second one misses on the second one, unfortunately. As this creature just kind of shifts its wing in the way, and it just off of the edge, causing a little ripple in the energy as it goes. Amazing. That will make it the creature's go.
Oh no. And it flies away. Fight.
It leaps
Dropping
into
loads
the
of
ground,
golden potions behind
It
it.
waves a white flag and leaves, right?
drops
Oh.
down right here.
Oh no.
Uh-uh.
I smell an
Guys!
effect spell coming.
It is
Guys.
going.
Bye, Ashley.
Bye!
It is going to attack. From there, it can reach Eugene and Ashley,
No.
and it is going to make 3 attacks.
Mm.
First one is a claw attack against the wizard. Does a 16 hit?
No.
You dodge out of the way because
Oh my
wizard
god.
with mad flips.
Flip wizard, flip wizard.
1 claw attack against Ashley for a 27.
Oh Christ. Yes.
Does that hit?
Does it feck?
Does that hit?
Weirdly,
Oh, just.
strangely, it just got me, Odell.
Damn. So
27. It's Ashling twice.
Shut your mouth.
10, 11.
Don't roll more. You don't have to do that.
17, 24 slashing damage, and it's magical for the points of resistances.
Ow, my body!
And it will bring its, as it kind of turns, it's going to bring its tail on, down on... It's going to bring its tail down on rock.
Whoa.
I need to be personal.
And that is... That's a 31 to hit.
Does that hit?
Nope.
Yeah, your AC is 32, right?
Yep. No, I am invincible now. Yes, it hits, but only just by a mere 11 points.
It does do you 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
You're strong.
You are.
Sorry, I have resistance to bludgeoning damage.
It's magical bludgeoning for the points of resistance. It's
I
like being
don't have
hit by.
resistance to bludgeoning damage. Sorry, what did you need me to roll?
It is a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
That's the shift weave.
Yeah.
Like-
Shift
gives you
weave,
resistance
but it unfortunately doesn't resist magical bludgeoning
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, it literally says
Strength
non-magic.
saving. Oh, okay.
Can't get punched.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a 26.
26. That is really good. I think you kind of see this coming as it kind of appears behind you, and you're turning as its tail comes down. You take the damage, but you watch as Rock grabs this tail, goes down to a knee, but doesn't get squished by it as it kind of pulls back. I will
I think it's
test
rude that
your
it's-
resolve.
I mean,
That
you
it's
could.
shoving its tail right in your face. 'cause
I know, honestly. And we've just
Boundaries.
met. You haven't even given me a drink yet.
Somebody else's turn. Nothing happens. Ashling's turn.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna use a couple of sorcery points and do quicken spell, and then I'm gonna cast. Where is it? I'm gonna cast lightning bolt, just close enough to it so it hits it and not Eugene.
Good call.
Off to the wee side there. So if they could do a dex saving throw.
They
please.
can indeed. 23.
Yeah, you bint. Yeah, that's it.
Bint.
You bint. So it's 8d6. Shall I just roll 4?
No, roll 8d6 and then halve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you still get to roll all the dice.
All the
Stuff.
jiggy jaggies.
All the fight. That's why you've got the math rocks.
Nice. 19. Oh god, this sucks. I haven't got a normal pen. All my pens are digi pens.
Do you want to borrow this one?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Just email it over, that'd be good. 6. So it's 29. So
We'll wait while you 3D print it.
Yeah.
do I round up or down when I'm halving an object?
Roll up. Round up,
Okay.
sorry.
So that's 15 lightning damage.
15 lightning damage.
Yeah. And then because I quickened that, I get to also cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Blast. Okay. 3 bolts are coming your way. 27 to hit.
27 will definitely hit.
I should fucking hope so. Okay, that's 6 damage on the first one.
6 damage.
20 lots to hit. 12 damage on that one.
Nice.
And oh my god, also 20 lots. And another 6 damage.
And another 6 damage. Cool. I think this close, I will allow all of you to make a quick perception check for free.
Ooh. Okay. Love it. 24 for Ashley.
Nice.
13.
Cool.
23.
23.
34.
34. Eugene, Aisling, and Skier, you notice that there are cracks in the membrane, but it does not look to have taken nearly as much damage as you feel like you have been dealing out.
What, for all of the shit we've been firing
Everything.
at it?
Yeah.
It's like it's resistant to everything.
Duh!
Ah.
It has a magical glow about it, right?
Yes.
Does it look like there is some kind of magical effect on it? Or is it just like a natural thing?
I think it's a natural glow. It is part of its nature. It is a being of pure magic. At the end of Aisling's go, this creature glows bright, and there's a burst of light. I would like everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is it a magical constitution saving throw?
Do you know what it is? Because
it-
this creature
is
is
it
pure
against,
magic.
Yes,
is it
baby!
against extreme temperatures?
Yeah.
We've got to know.
Skier,
no,
and
it's not.
Eugene,
Let's go.
you are within my magical aura, so you can add +5
Hell yeah.
Sick.
to saving throw.
I forgot you've got that now.
Yeah, me too.
Yours. I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Again?
another one!
Yeah.
Jeez.
And what's Constitution saving, Chris?
It was, yes.
Okay.
Wait, can I use your bardic inspiration for saves?
Yeah.
Okay, and then is it just gone?
Yeah.
It's not like # blessed, is it?
No, it's gone.
It's cool. Worth it. I don't trust whatever the fuck
Okay.
this is doing.
So, I'm going to go around and double check because obviously numbers, they don't stay in my head for long. Theo, what did Eugene get?
23.
23.
Oh, good.
Oh, dude.
What did
Sorry.
Skier get?
26.
26.
Fuck me.
Rock,
21.
21. And Aisling.
22. We're all in the
Uh,
20s.
Nice job, guys.
Ah.
Yeah.
Everybody except Rock, you take 18 points of force damage. Rock,
18.
yeah, you take 35 force damage, and you are blinded.
That was a. What did you roll?
Didn't you have
What
like
did you
a
get on your
21?
con save?
21.
Yo.
So the save was 22.
Okay, I need to stay near rock, because if that happens again and I'm not near rock, I can't do it.
Yeah, same.
Also,
God.
oh,
Did you say 38, Chris?
I did, yes.
Does that mean
No,
I need
30,
to make
35.
another...
18 for anybody who saved.
Uh-huh.
Is it concentration?
So let me just.
Oh, your crown of
No.
stars?
It's
I
not.
don't think so.
Let me just.
Nice.
Okay, so hang on, I just need to do it for Sudar. Sudar is in your range as well, isn't he?
No, it's 10 feet.
No, it's 10
No,
feet.
feet. He does not save. So
Ah!
he takes 33 points of damage.
You should have checked how squishy Sugar was.
He's a fighter. He's not that squishy, to be fair, but that
Yeah.
really hurt, and he is blinded, which is really disadvantageous at the moment.
Oh. For a gunman,
Yeah,
for shooting
we're gonna
gunman.
get shot.
Oh god.
Also, as you kind of put, those of you who have managed to cover your face to put it down, you watch as this thing.
Sorry, Chris, just to clarify, does that mean I'm blinded too?
You are blinded too. Yes,
Bound. You got true
Blind.
sight.
I've got blind sight though.
Yeah.
you have, and you just about make it as you kind of just make out with your psychic senses that this thing takes off over your head as it vanishes.
Vanishes.
Yeah. So your sight is reduced to 15 foot now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn, your eyesight's worse than mine.
That will make it top of the round.
What do I hit?
There's nothing stabbable.
Nothing there.
Just start shooting wildly into the air.
Yeah, okay.
I started
works.
blasting.
Yeah. Yeah, can I sense it at all?
I will allow you to make a perception check with disadvantage instead of one of your attacks.
Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to do a con save because favoured foe is concentration.
Oh, nice.
And I took 18, half that, so I have to be a 10.
Wait, you got favoured foe on it, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's basically Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I was just checking it, and I was like,
no,
wait, I
because
need to roll. So,
You know,
yeah, I
do you know where it is?
Beautiful. I'll
It's-
shoot it. Oh,
It's on this rocky outcrop here.
okay.
Just a little bit. So actually, in fact, you're kind of like, it's right there. It's right there, guys. I can't see it, but I know it's there. You're still going to get
Okay.
disadvantage on your attacks because
I can
you're
hear
not
that
sure.
you're pinging, but I don't see what you're
Can
pinging.
you not
It's
see
like
it?
the north side of the donut.
Oh, now I do. I could just hear the noise before.
Yeah.
It's like, I know something's happening.
It was your precognition kicking in.
Yeah, any minute now.
So I'm still at disadvantage. Ah, no, I don't want to be at disadvantage.
Oh, Ski's
Nobody
not used
wants to be a
that.
disadvantage.
I don't get sneak attack if I'm at disadvantage.
You don't, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
damn.
Um, But I'm going to pull out Wind and Whirl and throw. Oh, disadvantage. One of them was a nat 20.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
So
not
many
the
nat
one,
20s.
That's like 4.
I know.
Bitch.
These dice roll
amazing.
very well. That's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit, yeah.
With disadvantage. So I get my favourite foe, but not sneak attack. 5, 6 plus 7 is 13
13 damage.
points of damage. And then second attack. Oh, man, it's a nat 1. No. Lovely luck!
I think
I just like slip.
yeah, I think as you go wide, that sword dances out of your hand and is just like bobbing near you, laughing at you.
No.
Mean.
God damn it,
Ashley, not
Skier.
now.
I thought I was the one that was blinded.
Shh, you can't see me.
We can't see that you're not hitting it.
No, but I can hear
Yeah.
you
You
miss.
can't see it.
Can I do anything as a bonus action? I will. No, I guess it's not hidden. Like I know where it is. It's just invisible. Dash, disengage, hide. Can't really hide. Can I hide anywhere? Probably not. I'm standing in the middle of a pillar. That's
You're
my
kind of in a
turn.
bit of a platform at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just like, shoot this way. I'm just waving Wind and Whirl like
Air traffic control.
air traffic control. Yeah,
What, you're doing semaphore?
Stunning.
yeah.
Wonderful. Rock.
Well, Rock can't see Skier clearly, so he's just like, why are you acting like an air hostess? What are you doing? I think I'm just going to take Skier's cue and I'm basically going to run towards this thing because when I get within 15 feet, I should be able to know where it is.
Yep.
Ah.
Because you've got
So-
your blind sight, you don't get any disadvantage on like trying to gauge the edge.
Great. Okay, so I'm literally just going to take my full movement to get to just this very edge here.
You get to where Skier is, and then you bump into something big.
Okay, so it's right there. I would have seen it by the time I got there, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am just, as I'm running, I'm going to take out my massive sword. And I'm going to,
Is
Not
this
now.
where we are, guys?
and I'm
We
going
all know
to
what we are.
take 2 attacks.
Make 2 attacks. They are at disadvantage because of... Oh, no, you're not, because you're on blind sight range.
Yeah, so
Curse giving you blind sight.
So,
Curse you past me.
19.
19 hits.
Okay, and 23.
23 also hits.
Okay, so let's see if I can do dice stuff again. So the first one is a 15 damage.
15 damage?
Yep.
Yep.
The second one is 14 damage.
Nice.
Plus, as my bonus action, I am going to cast Shining Smite, which I can use immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon, and it will give me an extra 4d6 radiant damage,
Nice.
which is 4 and 5 is 9, and 3 is 12, and 5 is 17 radiant damage.
Wonderful.
Plus, for the next 1 minute, the target sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius.
Nice.
Attack rolls against it have advantage, and it cannot benefit from the invisible condition.
Yo!
Sick.
That's good!
It's a mini fairy fire.
Yep.
That's good!
Love that.
It doesn't get any save against that though.
No,
because you
That's
hit.
such a good spell.
That is
it's a smite.
good.
It's just one of the smites.
Yeah, that's
And
really
that's-
clever use of it though, Wayne. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
perfect timing.
Yeah, so this thing is now glowing.
Good thing I added that to my spells as we just leveled up, right?
What colour does it glow, Wayne?
Oh, it glows with a green.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna when its invisibility drops. That's gonna be horrible. Yeah. So you can now see a green outline.
I mean, it's a pale green. It's not a sickly green, you know, but still.
Not green screen green. We're classy here.
Yeah.
It's a light mint.
Chris, did any of that damage look like it actually made more impact than what we've seen so far?
Your sword damage seemed to do normal damage.
Shit, can it only take physical?
I mean, it's possible that it's magical slashing or magical. Although wooden skiers have then had the same impact.
Your
Yeah.
sword attacks seem to have done more damage when you've hit it.
What's your sword do?
Slashing, magical slashing.
Yours do magical slashing, but your arrows do standard normal damage.
But when I hit with wind and whirl,
Oh yeah, I was going to say the arrows, but Skier did hit with her swords to her
Yeah.
blades. Oh, and they did the same.
They did normal damage.
Okay, got it.
okay.
Sorry, the arrows did.
Yeah.
Got
So it's
it.
got resistance to magical damage?
Nope.
No,
No.
you need to hit it with.
Slashing.
Yeah.
It's slashing damage it
Only
takes.
slashing.
So, from your perspective of what you've seen, it seems to have resistance to physical damage, physical weapon damage, magical weapon damage seems to work. Spell damage seems to be reduced though. So all
Okay.
your and Eugene's are still doing damage, but they're doing less than you'd expect.
Okay.
It's an interesting mix.
Hmm.
Cool. Well, it has no legendary actions left until its turn, so it won't do anything at the moment. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I've done action, bonus action.
Awesome.
I've done both my attacks, and then movement. I moved as well. So
Sudar, who's rubbing his eyes, going, "Okay, I'm gonna reload whilst I think it's coming back, but I don't want to shoot anybody, so."
Thanks.
We can dodge.
No. You
So
can
he
dodge.
reloads both his guns because his guns are not magically reloading like rocks. So he's click.
So
click.
embarrassing.
Imagine having to reload your own
oh
gun.
my god.
Oh my god.
Don't you have
So-
a guy for that?
I mean, technically only one. Of
Where's
them.
my boy?
Honestly, It's so basic.
Should have brought Felix with him. That's Felix's job, surely.
Yeah.
Reload my guns.
So he reloads his guns, but he will bonus action, and he will a deep rumbling howl comes from his chest, and it kind of feels inspiring for you all. For the next minute, you have advantage on charisma and wisdom saving throws versus magical effects. If you do not do. You see that there is an amulet around his neck which glows slightly as he does.
Oh
this.
shit! We've also got the D4 for wisdom and charisma saves.
Yeah. But we're making con saves. I was like, oh, we've got a thing for this. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, you got to move faster, so
I did enjoy moving
you,
faster.
you do get to move faster. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
wonderful. That is his go, which makes it Eugene's go.
Okay, magic is all I've got, so...
I'd say not saying magic is not working.
Yeah.
Magic's working.
No,
It's just
You just have to do a lot of it.
That's all I've got. Also, I know we can see it now, but the benefit of an area of effect spell means that I don't have to try and hit it. It has to get out of my way. So I will cast Fireball at it. I'm going to use my ring to make sure that Rock and Skier don't get hurt.
I could take it.
Trust me, you can't.
really can't.
I've got
Or
a
you
thing.
definitely don't want to at
No.
5th level.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's 10d6.
Rock's just gonna grab Skier, like pretending as if he's protecting her, but really this scares the shit out of him when this happens.
Ski is manically laughing, like,
Poor she is.
I love it when this happens.
29 to save.
Well, that saves.
About half of this.
And then halved again, but still, whatever.
Every little
It
bit.
was a very good roll, though. Jeez.
That's good.
6, 12, 18, 24, 28, 30, 34, 39, 42, 45.
45. That's your total roll. Was that halved or not halved?
That's the total.
That's total. Halved is 23. Halved again is 12. But it looks fucking amazing.
Oh.
Hey, it's not over yet. I've got my bonus action, thank you.
You
Uh-oh.
do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
And that is an amount. D12s. 4 D12. That is 30 radiant damage.
30. Nice.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's still doing damage. A lot of damage, to be honest. Rock and Skier, you notice that those cracks in its form are getting larger, and there is energy starting to radiate out of this creature.
I'm gonna move a little closer, but not too close.
Just in cases. Awesome. It is its go. What's it gonna do? It rears up on its hind legs and its wings radiate out and 6 bolts of energy charge out. I would like all of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. I get +5 from you, Rock, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, good. Dex is good. Okay.
Okay. Oh wow, Sudar rolled a natural 20. That's better.
He just suddenly got his vision back.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I can see
Ready to
clearly
get
now.
blinded
Ah,
again.
fuck!
Ah dear.
Oh boy.
Okay, cool. So, Skier, what did you get?
23.
23. Nice. Eugene,
19.
19. Rock,
31.
31.
Whoa. Damn.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's with the +5 because I can give it to myself as well. So.
cool. Ashley,
A 5.
a 5.
Oh, girl.
Okay, so Eugene, you rolled 21, didn't you?
No, I rolled a 19.
19, right. Eugene and Aisling, you take 32 force damage each. Everybody else takes 16.
Okay.
16.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but that was half my remaining hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down to
I am
lower
alarmed.
than half mine.
When do I get evasion? Where's evasion?
And it's
A sensible
9,
question to
isn't it?
ask at this moment.
Hello, evasion.
Are you in there? Please come out, little evasion.
Oh yeah, I'm doing evasion. So I was
You're doing
taking my
evasion?
damage. Yeah.
Amazing.
It just wasn't in my reactions.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it's just a general feature, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, it's just
it doesn't
general
count
now.
as a reaction
Yeah.
because there's a way D&D Beyond.
It's just second nature now.
Yeah. Yeah. That is its go, which makes it Ashling's go. Ashling,
Yes.
you're all
Okay.
cool. You're far away. It's where you
And
want to be.
bleeding.
You're
a
in your
lot.
Yeah,
in
that
your
hasn't
lane.
saved you so far.
Nope, that hasn't helped me at all. So I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go, even though I don't know whether this will actually help with the resistances. But I'm gonna cast Elemental Bane on it,
Okay.
with the intention of getting rid of its resistance to fire.
Nice. Does it get to save against that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, let me have a look. What is it? Con save.
Con save.
Yeah.
A 24.
Fuck. Yeah, a save. So, pretty much feck all happens. It's not a damage thing, it's a, like, other thing.
It is, yeah, it's an
Um,
effect thing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
okay. It was a very
Okay.
clever idea. It's just being magically resistant. It's very good at resisting that sort of stuff. That's all.
Yeah. I'm going to use my bonus action to pop a potion because your girl's organs are
smart.
hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Put them back in.
Archer style.
Yeah. I've got a superior potion, so I'm going to have that.
Awesome.
And that's my go. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it was
Tried.
good. It was a good move.
It's a good try. That was really clever. Awesome. Top of the round. Yeah. At the beginning
Yeah, let's go.
of your go,
Mm-hmm.
radiant energy is leaking out of this creature. Could you make me? Sorry, hang on.
That's alright.
Oh no. Okay, you just take damage apparently. Sorry.
Because being near it.
Just being near it.
Okay.
You take 25 radiant damage.
Just take it. Can't.
I mean, you could still uncanny dodge if you haven't used your reaction, I suppose.
I've not used my reaction, so I will uncanny dodge it if I can.
Yeah.
To 12? 13?
13. Yeah.
13 points of damage. Oh, I'm just going to do a little quick con save, and I'm fine. Right. Ow. That hurt. I'm going to use a
Your Agatha
bonus
Shine.
action. Bonus action disengage. Just back here.
Yeah.
Just back up a bit. Still like there with Rock, but like, ugh, it's leaking. And I will make 2 attacks with Wind and Whirl. Okay, that is a 27 to hit.
27 definitely hits.
Okay. That is 8 plus 8 10 20 27 points of damage.
27 points of damage.
And then I'll roll again. Oh, yeah, that's a 28 to hit for another 13 points of damage as Skier just like backflips and then like sick just throws them both. And then
I love it.
she's just
Yep.
doing all of this stuff.
Oh,
She's having a little rave.
Wonderful.
Bonus action.
We're on the way.
Well, I'm like kind of, but also being near Rock is good, but Rock being near Thing bad. So yeah, I think I'll just stay here.
Okie dokie. Awesome. That does make it Rock's go. At the beginning of your go, Rock, this thing is leaking and you are exposed to its energy. You take 24 points of radiant damage.
Oh boy. Okay. Is that it?
That's the beginning of your go. Yes, so it's now your go.
Okay, great. Yeah, Rock is just going to use his sword and take 2 more attacks. So the first is...
Remember your advantage because it's glowing.
Oh yeah, well, I may as well try anyway.
It's
So, yeah,
now
fir-
glowing pink and green at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a neon light
The
there.
first is a 27.
27 hits.
The second is a 29.
Both hit.
Okay, so the first is 23 to damage, and the second is 15 damage, and I am going to Divine Smite. And I'm not feeling very well, so I'm actually going to go...
So 13 damage the second one, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a Divine Smite at 4th level.
Go for it.
So
In terms of the type of creature this is, it is a construct.
Okay. 47 damage.
47.
Yeah, radiant
fine.
damage.
Radiant damage. Iskarok Revorcus, describe your kill.
Well done.
Yeah, I think it's just Rock is probably because he's actually looking quite rough in terms of an arbitrary allocation of hit points. He is looking a little rough, so he's sort of looking a little tired and is just mustering the last strength he's got and just makes 2 massive attacks. And you can see him kind of mustering every bit of magic he can possibly summon and charging it through the sword. And I think there's just, after the second smash, his sword just stays there for a second, and then there's almost like a ripple of energy, like his psychic energy looks like. And then the magic within this thing just like dissipates. And I don't know if this is allowed, Chris, but I would say, and just like the metal faceplate just like clatters to the floor.
It does indeed.
Oh.
And you kind of watch this bright explosion of energy inside it, and it just kind of in half, and it's leaving this mask in front of Rock, which clatters to the floor, and behind it, a pink glowing gem.
Oh, thank fuck. Well done, Rock.
Yeah, grab it.
Oh.
Okay, in a minute, I'm just going to have to sit down.
Okay, I'll go. I'll run and grab it. Yeah. You guys are.
Yeah, not feeling great.
Well,
That thing was tough.
Ooh, yeah. Whew. Good. Okay, we got it.
Right.
Okay,
Right, what are we doing with it now?
we're going.
So
We're
no.
running. We gotta go.
Run somewhere.
You are facing a very.
Where are we running? I don't know. I'm just caught up in the
Just
ground.
run. Just
Just go.
Ashley's just running around.
everyone else was running, so I just
ran.
running.
You notice that there is, of course, this big, familiar-looking metal, but there's something very different about it. There is a shimmer of energy around it, and as you look closer, can someone make me an Arcana check?
Sure.
Let's be
Unless
honest
anyone
here.
else wants to do it.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, that's a 3. It's magic, Eugene.
Oh shit.
You're muted, love. Wayne, you're muted, love.
Rock's just going to go up and be like, yeah, and then turn around and just go, yeah, it's... I mean, I know, but I think you should probably have a look.
Great
Just for the
effort, guys.
record, I rolled a natural 1, so it was a 4.
Oh.
And what did Eugene?
I can't do the maths. It's
Wow.
too tired.
Is it more than 30?
Is it too many numbers
Was-
that you can't do the
numbers
maths, or the
eight-
number's too
was
high?
18, was 18 plus 16?
That
24.
is 34.
Lots.
34, sorry.
No, it's 36, right? Because
No.
16 plus
34.
16 is 34. So
No.
16 plus 18.
No.
16 plus
18.
16 is 32.
18 plus 6 is 24. Plus 10, 34.
It's 34.
Phew.
34.
I can't do magic. I can
It's
do math.
like it's
I
late,
can't do
you know.
math.
It happens.
Numbers magic, baby.
It's a lot. You've done a lot of maths in this particular episode, so there's been
Wizard maths is beyond.
wizard
Yeah.
maths is a lot. You get a similar sense of energy from this barrier that you do from the 3 crystals that you have managed to acquire, and you notice that
Wait, where did we get the other one? I thought
First
it
one was
used to be-
given you by the Tortles
Yeah.
as a gesture because they felt your kindness warranted passing their first test.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
The second one, obviously, from the riddles, and the third one from this fight. You notice that there is a
Is
break.
there 3 gem-shaped slots?
Not quite, but there's places in the weave of the magic where you could place the gems and they would take hold. So I presume you follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slowly you place them in one connection as another, and then there is a of bright energy, and behind the box comes up.
Sudar, cover your eyes.
Your sweet, delicate
Jesus Christ!
eyes.
I just did this.
Sorry, Skia's just going to turn around because she suddenly remembered that Imperial people are here, so she's just suddenly scared other people to be here. But yeah, carry on.
Rock's just like, what are you facing the wrong way for?
The cool shit's happening over
Don't
here.
want to get blounded.
Oh yeah, okay, fair point. Got it.
Huge paw, one side, another.
Friend.
A large female head in a beautiful, ornate, golden, horned headdress comes over the top. This is the largest sphinx you have ever seen.
Sphinx! Fuck yeah, I was really hoping it was gonna
You
be
say that like we've seen Sphinx.
You've seen sphinx.
This is the largest Sphinx you've ever seen.
Ever seen.
It's
Aisling-
the Sphinx.
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
I've
seeing
ever
Sphinx
seen.
on a regular basis.
Yeah. Ashling's met a sphinx at the circus at the menagerie of Carnival
yeah.
Curiosities in the
I
menagerie.
wasn't there.
I know you were having other adventures. She smiles down on you. It has been a while since the gems have been bought before me.
We are the crystal.
I see you, momentary heroes, champions of an age, and I welcome you with a warning. Where you step is not like anywhere you've been before. Maybe you are the ones that can save those trapped within. And she reaches down and it pulls back, and there's a bright pink portal appears. Step forward, heroes, if you can. Sudar kind of looks to all of you. I'm going to help repel the last of the Imperials. Do you need me?
Don't want to come
No,
through the
but just make
mysterious
sure-
ominous portal.
Make sure no one follows us. You stay here and make sure no one can make it through.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Good luck.
Thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Don't die.
Oh, here, and I'll give him a healing potion.
Thank you. I need that. You can see that he's, once you get close, he's kind of singed in several places.
Aw.
And there's definitely a smell of burnt hair.
Aw.
Bottoms up. Good luck for the rest of us. We'll keep this place safe until you get back.
Thanks.
And he cocks his pistols and starts heading back towards the entrance. What do you guys do?
Right. Into the ominous portal we go.
Let's do it.
Got your little cat skier.
Yes, she's
Okay.
clutching it so tightly.
Yeah.
So, what did she mean by people trapped in here?
Yeah. What does
Well,
that?
we know that already, right?
Do we?
What's his name? I forgot what name.
At Sea
was
the Builder.
inspired. At Sea the Builders. yeah.
Oh, that people. Oh, okay, yeah. I was thinking. I was a little more concerned about kind of current people who may have just gone in. Okay, great. Let's go.
You step across the portal. Twisting, moving energy, pull and push at the same time. As you step through the other side, you find yourself in a large metal city with engines and clanking and twisting. Everything smells of iron and slightly sulphurous. And as the four of you step forward, you're all hit with a bright burst of energy and convulsively fall to the floor, unconscious. And that is where we're going to pick up next week.
Fun and great.
But at least I get to have a bit of a rest.
And then we wake up Morrowind style. You finally awake out.
Then the campaign starts, and it's
And then
just
the campaign starts. Yeah, we've just got to the to the title screen. That's it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what the last.
Then we
100
get given a
100
gun, then it's a real game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And someone's going to train us on how to use it.
And there's a fishing minigame. So it's
And there's a
Yeah.
fishing mini game, so it's all cool.
Or a blowgun.
Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys at home all enjoyed it. I am going to check in with my players as well before we go to bed. We are back next week with our very special guest, Apollo. Unfortunately, we don't have a Michelle next week. Michelle and Apollo are just swapping places. It's a spell. It's the way we do it. But she will hopefully be back the following week. She's going to let us know. Guys, please, if anybody have anything to shout out, and would you like to quickly say goodbye, starting with Wayne?
Sure. Thanks everyone for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Michelle?
Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, sorry I won't be here next week. But great point, Rock, don't die while I'm not here.
I make no promises.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. Theo.
Thanks, bye. Sorry, that's all I
You're
got.
tired. And
Oh,
Charlie.
mate. I've got a couple. Salamander Song's out now.
Yay!
If you wanted to get it on Hive or your independent bookshop somewhere that isn't Amazon, because
I saw your
and-
window painting.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
was very
that's the other
excited
one.
to
I
see
haven't
it.
seen it. I gotta go see it.
Got another one. If you're about in Norwich and either just like fun things or have a kiddo that likes fun things, then I'm doing a book launch event for the third in the series of Jack Jack books by Ben Garrett that I illustrated at
Nice.
Waterstones in Norwich. That's this Saturday at 11. And then also shout out to Mum for sending me a cartographer's badge for
Yay,
the latest
I love
episode.
that.
Literally a box that says head cartographer badge.
Oh,
So
So cool.
do you know what?
shout out to
completely
Mum.
Yeah, I completely forgot. For next episode, make a note. Charlie and Theo, you guys get birthday inspiration. I completely forgot. At the top of the
Yay!
episode.
I
I'm
forgot about
so
that.
sorry.
I remembered at the beginning of the episode, and I was going to say something while the credits were rolling, but I forgot. That's the state of my brain.
So, so happy birthday to both of you, and for
Thanks.
next week, you have inspiration to use at your will.
Right, I better write
Oh,
that down.
hi Mum, love you Mum.
Hi,
Charlie's mum.
We love you.
Beautiful.
Right.
Thanks for my
okay.
badge, Mum.
Yeah, awesome badge. I was so excited when I saw that in chat. Okay, guys, we're gonna go and get some sleep and things, but we will be back next week. We love you lots. Roll dice, tell stories, take really good care of one another. See you soon.
Love you, bye.
Bye.